Not possible.
Yes, it does.
Too good to be true.
God, got me wanting to play some fucking Rave Waste. Play with everyone. Hey, we can play with up to 4 people. Wave Race 46. Oh, that's right. I don't have Cesar's friend code. What the fuck am I doing with my life?
Or attack. Time attack. So score attack and a time attack mode. Options. Normal. There we go.
Friend request sent.
No, surprising it's not even let me know that was happening. Now you can look at all the visual novel stuff bullshit I play. That's pretty much all I play. I'm on it. We all could be playing this right now.
Let's do it. We don't have to. We just stream us playing Wave Race.
Wait, what? What's happening? Fuck! How does this even happen?
Wave Race, baby!
Oh god, here we go.
I've derailed.
I just hit somebody.
Or Mario Golf. Or Mario Tennis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have not done Mario Kart 64 with all of us yet. Oh, or F-Zero X.
I don't know. I'll keep going in a circle. I somehow fell off. It's like the NASCAR of Jet Moto.
NASCAR.
It's going left constantly. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Let me beat this sandy beach here.
Nope, I'm just making shit up.
What happened?
I was just making a joke.
I don't know what's going on.
There it goes.
Do we just keep having? Do we just have the DMCA from the wave racing knock us down?
Probably. I don't know. I'll probably stream a bunch of shit that has licensed music, because one thing I'm finding about all these games from a bunch of these games from the 90s is they were obsessed with damn Rob Zombie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Freaking Way of the Warrior up there. Nothing but White Zombie. And that was 3DO. I talked about Twisted Metal. Yeah. Twisted Metal 3 had some Rob Zombie. Twisted Metal 4 had some Rob Zombie in it too. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's an edit somewhere.
Radio
Usually
edit.
when
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I hear the radio edit, they take all that out. What was the other one? Ooh, yeah, Sled Storm. I don't know if any of you played Sled Storm for PS1. That had I want to say that it was Dracula on there. Hmm. That was a pretty good game. Yeah, Sled Storm.
I have some kind of snowboarding game on snow sled game on PS3. Forgot what it was called though.
Yeah, it's the snowmobile. Yeah. Hold on. Snow jet skis. Sled Storm. It's a good ass game. No, it was an Electronic Arts joint though. One to four player.
It's the only way to play.
Yeah, I got the boomerang multi tap. I think in the closet still. Nope, it's right here.
Mm.
There's the boomerang, and then there's the boring brick mini PS2 multi tap. Really interesting.
I think I had it. I think I bought one
Interesting.
because I had that Logitech wireless controller with that nub, and it doesn't fit the slim PS2s right, so it, like lifts it up. So my workaround was to buy the fucking multi-tap, so I'd have to deal with shit. So. Until they came out with that Retro Fighters controller, now I don't have to deal with that shit. So. Mm. I just needed to wait. Stop being a bitch. Just wait. We keep bringing that back.
One through five, straight to six.
I think 1, 2, 3, and 11 are in the same universe. I believe so. Yeah, they're.
That's on some of that Breath of Fire shit.
I don't know. I don't know enough Dragon Quest lore to question it. So.
Because like 1 and 2, Breath and Fire are like directly connected, and the rest of them are like loosely connected in the same universe kind of thing.
Nina, Ryu and Nina, every game. Come here. It's one great title. It's one great title.
I know the one title I saw, I'm like, oh god, Cesar's not going to shut up about it this episode. He finally gets what he wants.
Yeah.
Senti Machine.
They just don't know about Senti, man. That's a hard ass game to get.
See you. Let's go. Wave race enthusiast.
No, let's not do it.
Yeah, don't say that, sir. I did. I saw it. You tagged me, I believe. I don't know who came up with that term, but they need to rethink that. You quit. You. I questioned you. I try.
Hello. Yep. We'll get there. A bunch of games.
Yeah.
Mm. All right, Richard. Comment though from Tresk. Can't hear you. Can't hear Richard. I don't know. I don't know if that's still accurate or not. I'm just looking on the Twitches.
I was hearing him earlier. Fine.
Yeah, I don't hear you at all.
You don't hear me?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Oh,
I just changed it to the Yeti. I think I got it. I think I fixed it. Mic test, mic test, mic test.
give him 2 seconds. Catch
Because
up.
this kills our flow. Mic test, mic test, mic test. I guess I'll cut this out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Well,
Long pause.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So let's
Dead
see.
air. Am I good?
I don't know. Melissa says he's lighting you up.
Lighten me up?
Yeah,
Light
literally
you
light him up about that. I don't know what preference is. There's a lot going on in the chat over here in Twitch.
I see that. Actually, I see it now.
Wow.
All good. Nope, you said all good. Somebody said all good. Thank you, Tresk4422. You're the best. At least I know where to go to look for it now. I think it was the reboot. The reboot killed us.
Possibly.
What else happened in this THQ Nordic show?
Stuff and things.
Richard, you're still getting demolished in the chat here, dude.
I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit this podcast.
Oh, man, I'm laughing. It's like pure comedy.
If you're not watching us live on YouTube and Twitch, you're missing out, obviously. was getting destroyed by our listeners. Thank you. All right, what else we got? Space for Sale. What the hell is that?
Follow an astronaut on a mission to explore strange new worlds, seek out new life, and build real estate on alien worlds.
Sounded like you were reading the Star Trek intro monologue.
Pretty
right?
much, kind of.
Sound like an Elon Musk tweet.
He's making a game called Space for Sale because he's probably trying to purchase it.
Yeah.
And they note that it's being developed for PC by Mirage Game Studios, Sweden, known for Little Big Workshop. Rec Station, a new game from Fields Entertainment. New team made up of developers behind Burnout and Need for Speed. Combines the two in the new game Rec Station.
That's exciting just because their pedigree.
Yeah.
Burnout and who else? Need for Speed vets?
Need for Speed, yeah.
And it's only, I think it's a budget game. I think it's like $40 or $50 or something on next gen. Or this gen, wherever we're at this point.
Current
gen.
Let's see. We have a new game that's being developed for PC, PS5, Xbox Series console by Acclaim Interactive. Game is Gothic.
Oh, I heard Acclaim at first. Like
I was thinking Acclaim.
I know Acclaim, the old bad Acclaim studio. What is that? Alchemia Interactive. Have you ever played one of these Gothic games?
Alchemia, yeah. I as soon as I looked at it, I'm like, Acclaim.
This is not a new series. I know they've made some more titles.
Yeah,
they one on 360, I believe.
Yeah. And PS3
they
as
do
well.
note that it's the remake of the most iconic German RPG ever.
Okay.
So
I'll take German RPGs for 400.
Yeah. Swords. S-words.
Yes, S-words. I'll take swords. Holy shit, Brant. We're off to a ripping start on this episode.
Next we have Jagged Alliance 3 combines a strategy campaign with turn-based tactical combat and RPG elements. It's being developed for PC by Amimount Games.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
It's a weird ass. Outcast 2, A New Beginning. Cutter Slade is on a new mission again. The Talons are fighting a war against humans, invaders.
Cutter Slade.
Cutter Slade.
Cutter Slade.
Like the most
Cutter
1990s, early 2000 action film main character.
Yes, this is the edgiest fucker you will ever see come across the video game screen.
Like the fucking antagonist from Triple X movie. The Vin Diesel.
We have to stop Cutter Slade. He does sound like, he sounds like he's either the edgy protagonist or the super villain.
Mm-hmm.
Being developed by Appeal Studios, Outcast 2, A New Beginning is coming soon to PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series consoles.
Did you guys watch this? Can you elaborate on any of these? I did not watch it either.
No, not really.
I saw the Alone in the Dark, and the next one Brant's going to talk about.
Yeah, the biggest ones I saw were Alone in the Dark and SpongeBob, The Cosmic Shake.
Why do they look like they have rabbits' faces?
I don't know. It's like, coming off the heels of the last SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
But you enjoy it.
It's a brand new,
it, right, Brant?
Yeah. Oh yeah, good ass game. It's a brand new 3D platformer coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. Sees SpongeBob and Patrick traveling to a multitude of different Wish worlds, each with its own setting and rules. I'm not sure what Wish worlds are.
I'm trying to go to another one now as we speak.
This is not a remake, right? This is a fresh.
This is a brand new game.
So kind of following the formula we've seen the past couple generations. Like, see if you can recreate the old one, make it a HD updated version, and then we'll give you a crack at a new one with that same IP.
Nobody will make fucking Croc, but they'll.
So we need a Croc remake first. We need a Croc collection.
Yeah, we do.
We get Bubsy like remade a million times, but we don't get Croc.
Why does Bubsy keep coming back? Cesar's
I
right.
don't know.
We even got Ty the
I
Tasmanian
keep fucking
Tiger.
buying it. I tricked myself into buying Bubsy.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, Bubsy.
Cesar.
Keep buying Bubsy.
Oh, Cesar.
Still the same ass game, man.
Oh, fooled
I love
again.
Bubsy on the Jaguar. Bubsy on the Jaguar is one of my favorite Jaguar games.
Same
of all
thing as
time.
95. I'm fooled again. This game sucks.
Yeah. I will never get fooled on Bubsy 3D on PlayStation 1. That game's ass.
Oh.
Every time I see that, I'm like, ugh.
We'd already mentioned the AEW Fight Forever, the brand new wrestling game.
Which looks good, even if it was announced with a
it
weird,
does.
awkward trailer with the AEW announcer
Yeah.
guy playing in a hotel room with somebody.
I mean, the most important thing is that if this is on Switch, can we play with the 64 controllers? That's the most important thing.
He's onto something.
You probably can. I don't know how the buttons will be mapped, but you
There has to
can
be
do it.
64 controller mode so I can relive my.
We used to run from. I had a good friend that I was never into wrestling, so I didn't know the characters or anything outside of like Goldberg because he played for University of Georgia, and his brother, my friend's brother, older brother, would play with us, and it would be us two versus him, and we'd try to beat him, and he would power at some character, and he had a kick, so it was always like, get away from the kick, because if the kick got a hold of you, you were going down. It was one of those Ukes games, like, no, get clear of the kick, he's coming. That thing would be powered up. You'd see his leg. The leg was coming for you. If that kick got a hold of you, you were done. They make good wrestling games. In other words.
Yeah.
What is this, Brant? Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign.
As
Let's
many words that rhyme together in one title.
Basically, it
Yeah.
was just a mad.
players
lib.
control a medieval kingdom in Europe or Northern Africa and command knights, merchants, diplomats, spies, and clerics to make your realm the most powerful in the world.
This is like a poor man's civilization.
No,
Pretty
it's a
much.
rich man's chess. You're literally playing chess. Listen to those descriptions.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, knights.
Oh.
And it's coming to PC.
I remember spies and clerics being in chess.
This is
Yeah.
this is
chess.
like Wizard's chess.
3D chess.
Or 3D chess.
Battle chess
What was that?
for the 3DO. I know somebody that rants about that game.
Or the Star Trek. Was it Star Trek that had like the 3-tiered one?
Oh my gosh.
You'd see Spock and Kirk playing in the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
They had like the multi-tiered chessboard. It's probably just
Don't
a
know the
prop.
chess or checkers lore from video games, so I don't think I've ever played one.
A chess video game?
Yeah. Trying to think
Mm.
of once I ever played.
They're free to play now.
Launch.
That's the big thing on,
Yeah.
chess.com has an app, that sort of thing.
Probably the last one I played was the one that's built into Windows, and you did play
Mhm.
it on. It was like
Yeah.
remember that? Yeah.
Mhm.
Launching later this month, we get the Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed.
I will support this. I
Um,
bought that first one. I haven't played that much of it, but I'm nostalgic
Yeah.
for us. I sold both of these games, so it's like I have nostalgia for this time period, and we're getting. I feel like our support is generating this renaissance of not you, Bubsy, is generating this renaissance of 3D platformers. Like, who would have thought we would have gotten like a redone Pac-Man World in the year of our Lord
Yeah.
2022? I think that comes out later this month, as a matter
Ooh.
of fact. It's
Or Klonoa.
And Klonoa.
Klonoa's so
Yeah.
good. Wahoo, baby.
we're funding this. Did you get yours yet, Brent?
Freaking oh. No. It's on back order.
What the fuck's that even mean?
The freaking physical editions are
We
on
played
back
like a
order.
month
What does that
ago.
fucking
I got mine
mean?
now.
I got mine now too.
I'm just
That's
gonna
why-
buy it
what does that
digital.
even mean?
Fuck
Where are you getting your backorder stuff?
Just gonna buy it digital.
Get it on PS5, Brent.
Okay,
Probably, at
real
this
quick.
point, it'd just be quicker for you just to fly to Europe and buy it.
Go get a ticket. Go.
I know, pretty much. Probably.
I'm here for my
cheaper, too.
game.
Fuck.
Sir, why are you in our country? I'm here for my game.
Y'all fuckers wouldn't send it to me. I got to fly over here and
I
get it.
applied for a visa for this, man. I came over here just for Klonoa.
They're like, oh, he's a chess player. He's here to play chess. Let him in. Let the man in.
All right, gonna go through these last three real quick.
Rapid
It looks
fire.
like for some reason they didn't put the trailer for this in here, but it does announce Way of the Hunter, explore vast open worlds, environments, and hunt with a premium selection of firearms.
Yeah, I
and then there's
thought I read that wrong because there's a car featured
Yeah.
right underneath there, but that's clearly
Yeah,
Stuntfest.
Stuntfest's trailer seems to be posted twice. Thank you, Video Games Chronicles.
.com.
Stumpfest World Tour. 18 players compete against each other in an elimination-based stunt show through various game modes. Developed by Powwow Entertainment for PC. The game will be in beta soon.
Last but not
and
least.
then we have The Valiant. Player leads a band of brothers through medieval
the
Europe.
New Brothers in Arms.
Band of brothers.
Oh, God, medieval Europe.
Oh.
Never mind. Wrong era of Europe. I need war-torn Europe for my Band of Brothers.
To stop a mad villain.
Weren't they supposed to relaunch that long ago, Richard?
Yeah, but it was like a Gearbox joint. Remember, it was like a asynchronous Gearbox. They were cartoonish and stuff. Did that thing just disappear?
That never came
I haven't
out.
thought about that in forever.
I don't know.
You remember that, Brant? The cartoon
Yeah.
Brothers in Arms? Like, they look like Ghostbusters. The animated Ghostbusters.
It was weird. They note that this is developed by Kite Games and that it will be coming soon to PC. And that wraps up THQs.
That looks like a PS2 screenshot. I did not watch the trailer. That is not an accurate description of the Valiant from Kite Games, but that clip on the YouTube thing that is attached there looks like a PS2 screenshot.
Yeah, it does.
Good job, THQ Nordic.
Yes.
Next up,
You're back.
they're back in action. They're releasing more Ty the Tasmanian Tiger games.
They're back to releasing the exact same games they released 10, 15
Yes, more Destroy All Humans.
and
Kingdom of Amalur. Yeah, they were the kings of those like Nickelodeon titles, weren't they? They had that license for all that stuff. Next up from The Verge and Tom Warren. Doesn't he usually write for Windows Central? Or is he the Verge guy?
He's the
He's the
Verge
Verge guy.
He's just the Microsoft
Verge guy, right? PlayStation PC launcher references spotted in Spider-Man Remastered for PC. Sony could be working on its own PlayStation PC launcher. References to a PlayStation PC launcher have been discovered in the recent release of Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered on PC. And VGC has verified the references are legitimate. I'm glad that VGC reported this and we have the Verge link. Thanks, Tom Warren. We could have just read the VGC article. Potential PC launcher for PlayStation games would complement Sony's PC push. Sony wants around half of its games to be on PC and mobile by 2025. The company has been vocal about moving all these games over. Blah, blah, blah. A launcher would allow Sony to maximize its revenue on PC games, but it could also enable features like cross-buy and PlayStation Network integration. You can't put those in Steam. It just won't. It won't work with. They don't have like a PlayStation API built into Steam to reflect those things.
Probably not. I mean, I think their biggest thing will probably tie to subscription service. So
Okay.
that'll be the biggest thing.
Not only that, Steam gets, 30%? I think it's something like that. They take 30%. So anyway, they can kind of get off of that and keep, most of that revenue for themselves.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think the most important thing is the subscription service, because the same thing with Microsoft with their PC Game Pass is through their Microsoft store. It's not, you can't use PC Game Pass through Steam. So.
Right, and I think I've been bitching for years about Game Pass games had to go on your C drive, and I think they recently changed that. It doesn't have to be. Yeah. I do get that because PlayStation Network's like a known entity, right? When people were bitching about all these launchers, you didn't have a history of like 15 years worth of a Bethesda account or who else did one? Shit, I used to have a bunch of them on here. But all those launchers, remember people crying about having different launchers on their desktop? PlayStation would be, I think, one that kind of could stand on its own as a PC entity like that. So, I mean, and the revenue, sense. The revenue part just seems like a no-brainer for them, so that they don't have to go that route. Sony hasn't officially commented on any PlayStation PC launcher plans, but the company did recently launch an official website dedicated to PlayStation PC games. The next games are Miles Morales and Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. At some point this year, we do not know exactly when.
But I think it's already kind of been confirmed that Last of Us remake is supposed to be coming to PC as well.
Is it going to have a delay? It seems like some of their marquee titles have like a delay.
Yeah. I think it's going to just be PS5 for a little bit and then appeasing the
console
like
warriors.
Like I said, they want a bunch of them. Yeah, they want a bunch of them on there.
Yep, it's another platform, and there's parity, and seems like they're doing a great job. I think Horizon was the only one that really launched kind of in a rough state, and they've They've patched it, and they seem to have like a dedicated. Is it Sony in-house that's publishing or developing these, or do they have like a port studio wizard? Is there like an Asper of PlayStation titles that you guys know of?
I'm not sure. As far as I know, it seems to be all in-house.
They bought all those studios. Remember recently, like 2 studios that dealt with PC development exclusively.
Bungie.
I think if you look at the one for Spider-Man, if you look on there, I think they're listed as part of the developers.
Okay.
Because they handled it all together. But I think that's their specialty is PC.
So they do have like an Asper of back in the day.
I'm trying to remember what the name of the group is, but I mean, this was the ones that one of the companies they acquired recently.
Gearbox kind of made their bread and butter doing that as well many moons ago. Why are we bringing up Gearbox so much?
Because you want them to make you another Band of Brothers.
I want them to make me another Tales of the Borderlands, but that'll never happen either. So.
Nexus software.
Nexus, that sounds right. Next up, this comes from Sauramano at Gamatsu. Man, that guy's churning out articles over there. Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, Mini 2, final Japanese titles, and full North American games list announced. Some game Crusader of... I don't even know what that is. Space Harrier 2.
Some indie title. Something of Insanity.
Yeah, Insanity. Crusader of Insanity.
Yeah.
Space Harrier Dos versus Puyo Puyo Sun, and more. Sega has announced the final titles, 45 to 60, included with the Japanese version. Those titles are, of course, we're not going to read the ones we already had before. Atomic Runner, Crusader of Sinti, which Cesar single-handedly brought amongst the masses by campaigning every week for that title. Devi and Pi, Granada, Honu no Tyokyu Dodge Danpai. Tried with that one. Midnight Resistance, Party Quiz Mega Q 2022, Party Quiz Sega Q, Ranger X, which is a good title, Space Harrier 2, which I think had like some improvements made to the code to be able to run on Genesis. Yeah, it wasn't that the scaling or something wasn't originally going to be able to run on native Genesis hardware. Star Cruiser, Super Locomotive versus Puyo Puyo Sun, and then for Sega / Mega CD titles, we have Captain Tsubasa, Night Trap, and Silky Lip. And that is added to all the other titles that you had on this. But as Cesar noted on Twitter, and many, many, many other people confirmed, it is well worth the price of admission for Crusader of Sinti alone. A very expensive Zelda-esque role-playing game for the Genesis. We're all excited? Brent, did you jump? Are you getting one? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I jumped. And then saw something about like it finally being posted on Amazon for like $99. And then of course you were supposed to like cancel your pre-order and re-pre-order, but I wasn't even going to take that.
We all did the same thing.
I'm like, I was like, there is no way I'm going to cancel my pre-order and try to reorder for it to go. Sorry,
I'm assuming all of us, we all got in like a month and a half ago at this point on the.
Where it was like the 103 something.
And so I thought you were in this thread, Brent, when the official Amazon went up at $99 when the $21 shipping or whatever. I was like, I texted Cesar, I was like, I don't know. I think I'm going to eat the $5 or $6 and just leave mine in there because it won't let you add a second one. You can't order a second one because that's initially what I was gonna try to do. And then I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm canceling that. And because
the show, Renee ordered one for me. So
did he really?
I got
you. Do have your backup then? Yeah. If you know somebody who's not getting it, to get them to order it for you. Has it sold out yet? Have y'all seen? Because they're only making 1/10 of the amount that they made for the Genesis Mini. I guess people don't care about them anymore, or it doesn't have the right library of games for people to go crazy for.
People are looking at
they'll hack it.
$20 shipping, so fuck that. So.
Yeah. It's just the price of admission. They were very upfront about that. You know, if it's gonna be an added fee for normal Prime members or whatever, they've been very upfront about that since the very, very beginning. I don't mind something like that, especially with a niche item. They had the TurboGrafx. They were the only ones with the TurboGrafx.
Lord 2022, they ain't paying for fucking shipping off Amazon if they're Prime customers.
Yeah, but you got to realize, like, they're special making these things, and we didn't think we were gonna get it for several months. and then it was confirmed officially.
It's not about us. I just know that's what a lot of like some of the people in my job are not doing it. They're not paying. They want it, but
I'm a Prime member. I'm not paying for shipping. All right, Cesar.
It's the principle that matters. What they always tell me. It's the principle that matters.
Pick a better hill to die on than the one that's going to cost you Crusader of Sinti on a modern platform.
Hey man, there's hills I die for. Man, if they want to die on that hill, go.
Yeah,
for
it's
it,
true.
But I'd have nobody criticize the hills I die on.
Everybody has their point, right?
Yep. I let them be. There's people in my job is like after the $4 raise on Netflix, they're like, nope, I ain't paying that shit. So everybody's different, man.
Yeah, it's true.
The hill I would die on is if they actually added ads to Netflix. Then I'd be out.
Brandt's dropping it then. Even if it's cheaper for you?
If they made it cheaper, then sure, that's fine. But the amount they keep going up, and then if they were to throw ads on top of all that, I'd be like, nope.
We need to when we start getting our Patreon funds rolling in, we need to split up all these subscriptions and stop bullshitting.
Yeah.
Just share
I only subscribe to anime stuff, man, so the only reason why I'm still on Netflix because they got some of that bullshit stuff exclusive to them.
Still have it tied to them. All right, look forward to those Sega Mega Drive Mini 2. That comes out October, I believe.
Yeah. And funny enough, the first game I'm firing up and playing is Clay Fighter, man.
You're gonna play Clay Fighter.
Hey, I've got that behind me. The whatever fraction edition on N64.
The 63 and a third.
63
yeah, 63 and a third.
Sculptor's cut. You got the Blockbuster $900 one.
No, not the. Yeah, that's the expensive one. I don't have that yet. Probably won't.
I thought Sewer Shark was announced this go around. I didn't know that was already announced previously. I thought that was a brand new announcement because that's a Sony property. That was a Sony ImageSoft game. Sewer Shark was.
Interesting.
I think Sony is sitting on that lucrative Sewer Shark license.
I was hoping they were going to release Hook on there, but they didn't, or the Mickey Mouse.
Oh, those are two big licenses, though.
I mean, they own Hook. They own the movie Hook. It's a Sony movie, so they're going to just ask themselves.
I mean, yeah, they could do it for this.
Sure.
But I think Sewer Shark was a pack-in, so I think a lot of people associate Sega CD with Sewer Shark. Because it wasn't on like 3DO or anything, was it? It never got ported to one of those other things. One of those other bastard early CD. Never came to... That should have been like a PlayStation launch title, right? That would have been perfect. Unless they seen people shit on Sewer Shark for like three years, and they're like, we're not tarnishing the PlayStation brand with Sewer Shark. So that's our...
All I know is when they crack this thing wide open, I'm throwing all sorts of stuff at it.
It's supposed to be more powerful than that first one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cesar, are you going to stream Crusader of Sinti for us?
I can. I think I can still beat it in like 3 hours. So
you can get through it that fast? That would be a good stream.
Doesn't take long. That game's not long.
Oh, dear God. Embracer bought a shit ton of people. Someone please start this.
But us. Everybody but us.
If they did buy us, we would be part of the J.R.R. Tolkien literary universe.
I would campaign for Brant to voice call him.
Why are we being folded directly into one of the properties? That's all we're good for. We're like a new Call of Duty support studio.
NOFODcast. You three are in charge of Lord of the Rings.
You guys were great doing your video game podcast. We need you to do maps on the new Golem game. That's why it was delayed. We need your talent.
We need VAs for Golem.
Yeah.
Cesar just assigned Brand as the Golem voice. You could have been the new mocap for Golem, so I guess that was a compliment. Oh, who else did they buy? Coach Media.
Oh,
it's Play On. That's right. They got a name change since we last recorded. They're not Coach Media anymore. They're Play On.
Yeah.
PLAI.
I'm trying to go through this fucking articles, but I'm getting ads about how to remove the tinnitus from my ear with all of them.
I'm looking at a list of cars that'll last 250,000 miles. Is mine on this list? I don't know. I got to click.
Yeah, they acquired Middle-earth Enterprises, which means it owns the IP rights for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and a bunch of Middle-earth related stuff, as it says in the article. I'm trying to look through this dang article, and like you said, it's just Ad City. Thank you, PC Gamer, for your pop-up ads.
Yeah, it's like you said. They bought Tripwire, which has Killing Floor and Maneater, limited run games.
Yep.
Tuxedo Labs, studio responsible for Teardown. Now it's a subsidiary of Saber Interactive. Finally, they bought Singtrix, which is also folded in there. I guess they specialize in karaoke systems.
Yeah.
New SingStar incoming.
And they didn't say it in this article, but they bought what the company owns, Toplin, the shoot 'em up RPGs. It's like the first Japanese studios, and they made a note that they got. And then we got, was it Wing Zero or what's that thing
Zero
called?
Wing.
Zero Wing.
And that's coming to PC now, like immediately 5 hours later.
Yep.
So.
All your base
All
or
your
belong
studio
to us.
or belong to us.
What you say?
Someone set us up the bomb.
Embracer continues to embrace.
It's
Everybody but us.
Did y'all talk about the limited run purchase? I thought that was a pretty big deal.
yeah.
As I stepped away for a second. Lord of the Rings was a big get too.
Yeah, they bought the company who owns all the licensing to Lord of the Rings.
Everything. So remember, like, when the movies were coming out, there was a split with the rights. So you had like the literary side, and then you had the movie based ones. So they sold two different licenses. So you had weird, was it Fellowship of the Ring for the Xbox? Was a real weird game, and then the first movie one was Two Towers, which they brought in some stuff from Fellowship.
Yeah.
But I thought that's what
the one we played, the one with the weird ass spiders. That was the Xbox.
I think that was the
one.
Hobbit.
I
I think we were playing the Hobbit. We were smashing spiders.
It's an Xbox exclusive one.
I think the Hobbit came out for everything. I just think we ended up playing it on Xbox for some reason. Cesar made it the Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, the Fellowship.
Is that the
of
one we played,
Rings,
Cesar?
Black Label
Is that
Games.
it?
It might have been. Yeah.
Maybe that is.
That's the one with all the spider smash.
No, I thought that was the Hobbit. I thought the Hobbit was the spider smashing. So, Brant, what's the back of the case look like? I don't know.
That's the spider.
Stream it. It might be.
I don't have an OG Xbox, so, and I don't.
You don't
think
have an
this is
original
backwards
Xbox?
compatible.
Oh, Brant.
No, I do not.
We have to rectify this.
Oh my gosh!
You got a movie
wow.
ticket?
Apparently comes
Ooh.
comes with a card.
Frodo.
Oh God, what version of Frodo Baggins is that?
Oh my gosh! It's
Got a-
Nightmare Frodo.
Got party in front. Was it party? Party in front business. in the
Mullet
back.
Baggins.
Mullet bag.
And Bruce Lee Quest for the Dragon
Now
on the
available.
back of the manual.
So that was a Universal Interactive game. Who's Black Label Games? I wonder what else they made.
I don't know. This is
These are the tangents I live for on this podcast.
it's weird.
Black Label Games. Giant Bomb article is the top one.
It says it's one player. So if y'all played it two player,
We played one player.
This
I
was
think
not
it
the
was
game.
That was the one. That
We
was
were
the
handing
one.
the controller back and forth. That was the spider smashing one?
That was the spider smashing one. Yeah.
All right, what do we got? They made The Thing for Xbox and PS2. That was a good ass game.
That was a good
Yep.
game.
They worked on several games, including The Thing, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and Enclave. And I hear good things about Enclave as well.
Enclave is
Yeah.
also a good game. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. I guess that was it. Spider smashing. Oh God, got to get Brand an Xbox now so he can stream The Hobbit and smash some spiders on a stream.
oh gosh,
Because I remember we sat there for like the first 2 hours. It was just us killing spiders. Just smashing.
Yeah, I read the book. I was like, I watched the movie, I read the book. This never happens. I'd have no clue in what
It was
lore.
non-stop spider smashing in the Shire. That's all it was.
You ran around. It was like Fable, but imagine instead of chasing chickens, you were smashing spiders.
Yeah.
see, I remember playing all of
They're
the movie
good.
tie-ins and
Those are
loving
very
those on
good.
PlayStation 2. I need to rebuy them. The only one I still have that I could not
Third
part
Age.
ways with was my favorite non-canonical, The Third Age.
The Final Fantasy
so
X,
fucking good.
Lord of the Rings. I loaned that to my neighbor. He still has it. The big Tolkien neighbor.
It's a good ass game, man.
All right, look forward to more stuff from Embracer, and maybe soon we get purchased by Embracer. I wonder how that's going to change limited runs, how they function.
They said nothing.
I'm about to say, a lot of them, it's just like, we're buying you, we kind of fund you a little bit, we get some of the revenue. That's y'all still kind of operate
But
over there and do
the
what you
opposite
do.
of that is like an EA purchasing you, and then it's a nightmare, and they're infiltrating your studio.
And then
or like
you're
Activision I
screwed.
mentioned earlier. You make great games. We need you to make maps for Call of Duty.
I mean, it's just
we love what you did with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Come over here and work on Call of Duty. And we're gonna dissolve you.
Now you make Diablo games.
Oh, why vicarious?
That would be hard to stomach. I mean, we look at it from the point of fans, like, this company proved themselves and made a quality title, and then they'll never get a chance to do that again. But on the flip side, the people who made it their passion project. They had the rug pulled out from underneath them. They had that one baby. They had the one baby that they made, and then you're coming into work doing something that you may not have been hired for initially or had the passion to do, on that first spree. So
Vicarious has been around for forever.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did so much good stuff. We can only hope that Microsoft merger goes through and things change in a positive direction. And, Phil Spencer had even said that they wanted to see some of those old franchises, have new life. So
there would be no point to have them in your stable and misuse them. Like it seems like EA and Activision and such, the big conglomerates. But they're just looking at bottom lines. Microsoft is trying to build a portfolio to build out their stable of content.
Subscription services.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. I distinctly remember trying to figure out some of these transactions years ago. We may have even talked about it on this podcast, and that's when it clicks. That's when I was like, dude, they're just trying to get stuff like Netflix to throw into the subscription that is, good or bad. Some of these titles are fodder. Like, we read some crazy games sometimes, but it's like you never know what audience is going to get in front of and what it's going to do for that studio. And it's content. It's more things to... Content is king. It's more things for people to click on and potentially engage with. So, might not be for us. Not everything is for everybody. I feel like I skipped a story. Are we to Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's knock this one out.
Speaking of it, Microsoft.
Yeah, good segue there. Coming soon to Game Pass, Coffee Talk, Commandos 3 HD Remaster, Immortals Phoenix Rising. Okay, I like this demo. Played it on Stadia. It was my last Stadia game. Midnight Fight Express. Sure, it's probably not the best time to fight on the Express. Opus Echo of Star Song Full Bloom Edition. Tinykin. I downloaded the demo for this, but I didn't play it. Exapunks and Immortality. I heard great things about Coffee Talk. I don't know much about any of these other ones. Is Commandos the old PC franchise, like a RTS style? Get the guys across the map, take the... Let me see. Commandos 3 HD Remaster sends you to the relentless and unforgiving battlefields of Europe. Wow, we're back in these European battlefields again. Yep. It's like the whole episode.
The cover looks like it's from Expendables 3.
Yes, that's how the Commandos games used to play. I've got one for the Xbox, but we used to play like a point-and-click one on PC that was a RTS-style thing.
I think these are the RTS ones.
Okay. Remastered in high definition, including reworked 3D models and textures, improved controls, and refined UI.
Well, we need that you refine you.
Yes, please fix it.
Let's go.
It was broken before. We've talked about Immortals Phoenix Rising before. Tinykin, available day one with Game Pass. Milo arrives on Earth to find out he's way too small. Everyone's gone, and a day hasn't passed since 1991. Would I accept this? 91 is formative. Some formative years there.
Yeah.
Go back in time and meet baby Brant.
Let him know that he's gonna
go back in time and cradle myself.
Wait, I'm going back. I'm finding you.
You're going back?
Yeah, are you cradling yourself? Go back in time and
going back to see yourself. What happened?
Brant just wants to hold him.
Here I am, I'm a baby.
Looking good. Your future's bright, kid. Brant's whispering sweet nothings to himself while he rocks himself slowly.
He's whispering to himself, buy Sega Saturn, buy Sega Saturn. Buy this list of games. I'm leaving this list of games for you.
It's your almanac from Back to the Future. Buy these games.
Ask for a Dreamcast and
But-
Saturn.
Buy 2 copies of each of one of these.
Get all the games and keep them sealed.
Go into your
Don't play
local
them.
Funko Land and ask how many copies of Panzer Dragoon Saga you can
Oh.
pre-order there.
Funko
Yeah.
Land.
Buy a bunch of Panzer Dragoon Saga and Burning Rangers.
Oof. God bless
Oof.
Burning Rangers. DLC game updates for Naraka Blade Point, Sea of Thieves, A Hunter's Cry, and in your perks you get Crossfire X. They stopped
Game
promoting.
that survives that none of us have
Yeah, they
played.
stopped promoting that totally. I feel like it was at every show, and then there's nothing about it. Should we try Crossfire X and stream it one day?
Crossfire.
Somebody did the campaign. Was it like Respawn or somebody?
I don't know.
Remedy.
Yeah, Remedy worked with them on the campaign.
That's right.
Multiversus MVP pack, which gets you the Battle Rain Dog variant that we talked about that
Hey,
last
there
week.
it is.
The Rain Dog. Brant played as the Rain Dog. The Waterfall banner and the Dark Matter ring out effect, and Halo Infinite gets you a commando rifle, Brant's favorite weapon,
God.
4 double XP boosts for our level 100 bodies, and 4 challenge swaps.
Real quick, because it wasn't on here, but it has been updated for Game Pass Ultimate PC, starting August 23rd. The Hideo Kojima Death Stranding, not director's cut, but just the vanilla version, is coming to
Xbox
PC Game Pass.
Was it Xbox Game Pass PC? PC Game Pass
Mhm.
Ultimate for
PC.
PC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, leaving Game Pass. These are big titles in here. Wow. Elite.
Yeah, there's some big
Elite
ones.
Dangerous, Hades, Myst. I didn't even know Myst was on there. I might give Myst a shot. Let's all play Myst, stream it, and fumble through that shit together.
Gosh.
That would be
I
fun.
got
damn.
Real Mist on Switch, man. I'll play the Real Mist, but I won't pay
Real Mist.
the regular Mist.
NBA 2K22, Signs of the Sojourner, Spirit Fair, which I heard really good things about. 12 Minutes, 2 Point Hospital, another big one. What Remains of Edith Finch. I love this game, and it just got a next gen update. And it takes you like 2 hours, so definitely play this before it leaves August 31st. Brand, have you played Edith Finch?
No, I haven't yet. I need to go ahead and get on it.
It takes like 2 hours, man.
We got a couple weeks
It's
now.
good. It is sticks with you.
Week and a
You know,
half.
Cesar talks about these games he's still thinking about. Edith Finch is one of those. I might give it another shot.
All right.
Yeah. And World War Z is at the very end of that. Is that the Brad Pitt simulator?
Yes.
Brad Pitt.
Without
Where
Brad
you're getting
Pitt?
where you're getting into a fight with Angelina Jolie on a plane.
Oh God, no.
And she's cussing and trying to sue the police because they didn't arrest you.
Oh God, no. Dear God, no.
Did that really happen to them, or is this part of the plot of Mr.
Yes,
and
this
Mrs.
is
Smith?
this is recent.
Oh, I
news.
thought that was a plot of that Mr. and Mrs.
Current
Smith
event.
movie.
Had to be followed with the FBI because it happened on a plane, so it's
Yeah.
leaking out now.
They were fighting each other on a plane?
Yeah, they got into some kind of
Yeah.
disagreement. He was drunk or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
She's mad because they didn't arrest him.
World War Angelina.
It was like it was right at the end of their marriage, so
They're back on the splits again?
they've been split for like 6 or 7 years.
Where have I been?
On the internet. I don't know.
I'm sure J-Lo and what's his name aren't back together yet. Batman.
J-Lo.
Still not
J-Lo
acting
and
so
Batman?
anymore.
J-Lo and Batman. You've never seen that one? Came after Batman Forever. Last but not least, what got added to Nintendo Switch Online? There was a question mark at the end of that, I believe.
Yes.
It is the one, the only Rave Race 46. We, of course, speak of Wave Race 64, a franchise we thought Nintendo had long forgotten.
Don't sweat it.
We've been crying about this game for a couple months, too, right? Wanting them to add it to Switch Online.
It was like a launch. That was a launch title, wasn't it?
Shortly thereafter.
Yeah, it was in that launch window.
Yeah.
And it's a good game.
Yep. While people
Definitely
were
shows off the hardware.
while people were waiting for Mario Kart and stuff, this was a big one. I think this isn't the first. The first two 64 games I played were Mario and Shadows of the Empire, but this was the third. I'm pretty sure this was the third 64 game I played. The first baseman on my little league team had a 64, and I remember playing Wave Race, and it was just like, you've never seen anything like this with the wave physics and water effects, and it looks so damn good. It's Wave Race still holds up. I know Cesar's played it. Have you played any of it, Brant?
Oh yeah,
You fired it up
just before the podcast. Played a little bit.
So what's everyone's history with the sequel, the GameCube sequel?
Never really played it.
Might be worth checking out too, because that was launch era.
It looks interesting. Yeah. So
I still wonder with some of these titles if they're testing the waters. Since we got F-Zero, Wave Race, maybe we get Pilot Wings. Was Pilot Wings 64 any good?
I just want to play another Pilot Wings. That's all I care about.
Yeah. I played a good bit of the Super Nintendo one and the 3DS one. The 3DS one was fantastic. It was a good ass game.
The 3DS one was very good. That's probably the one I put the most on.
Yes. Good use of 3D and everything. This news comes from Sal Romano at Gamatsu. He notes Wave Race 64 first launch for Nintendo 64. We'll do the US one. November 4th, 1996. A young me was almost 10. Here's an overview. It's fast and fluid racing game. Everybody knows what Wave Race 64 is.
Everybody knows Wave Race.
I'm not going through this. Good ass game. Great water physics. You really feel it. Cesar mentioned in the pre-show, I guess I'll cut that out and put it at the end, but if you have the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, you can also sign in on the Japanese account side and get the Rumble version. That's the one that they got. Is it fairly straightforward to make it through the menus on that one, Cesar? You could probably hold up like Google Translate and get through it, right?
It's in katakana. I can read it. There's not much kanji in there, so. But you can probably get the phone out and do it.
So we're getting one of these 64 games a month. It seems like.
That's been the unless you're Japan when they got 2 custom robos 1 month.
They did. And these are out of the blue now. We're outside of the previously announced 64 titles, right? Like these when they are announced is like shocking.
Yeah. It's like the Super Nintendo shit where like we're not gonna do a regular schedule, we'll just like shadow drop shit either next week bullshit.
People are pretty much on it though because there tends to be maintenance on these different applications, and they go down for a small bit of time before new things are put up on them. So pretty much everybody knows when stuff's going to get announced because there's usually some kind of, I guess it's a bot or something on Twitter that keeps track of it. It says, hey, this is down for service, expect an announcement. So
almost like the Apple Store when they're about to have a big show and they shut down the Apple shop, so like can't buy anything right now. Wonder what the next game is. What's our speculation?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for the day that we finally get this rumored GoldenEye announcement, and we can just have GoldenEye on Switch and play it over the internet. And
so Rare's given us Banjo-Kazooie. They made a shit ton of games for the 64. Would they dip back into that?
Yeah. If they're allowed to, yeah. We need to get Diddy Kong Racing.
I never spent much time with Diddy Kong Racing. I've only played it a couple times.
It's a great racer.
It's up there.
Most of my time was the DS version. I put a shit ton of time on the DS one. So.
Cesar, I think you and I played it back then. I think it had a ad hoc racing of sorts.
I like the Lego Star Wars I was coerced to buy. And now I still own that kind of
I think I rebought it later. Thank you for bringing up Lego Star Wars DS at any chance.
I'll never forget because I remember you're like, let's jump on this, and we both bought it, and you're like, this game is garbage, and then talk to you next time. I was like, yeah, I returned it. Like, never kept me in the loop.
I took it back. We've also got Perfect Dark is the one I was thinking of. I think Perfect Dark 64 with some sort of online component would be really cool.
That would be good.
If not, I mean, you would never know if the netcode was bad or if it was just lag. Because it can slog.
Considering they're supposed to be working on they're having trouble with that reboot of that franchise. It'd be nice if they let Nintendo release that original version on there.
And it does not hurt the development of the new one. It's like, okay, make Perfect Dark relevant where people are talking about it.
That's on that Rare Replay though, isn't it?
Yes. And it's the really good 360 port, which is fantastic. And I think that's on Game Pass too, so
Yeah.
Not the gaming classic, Perfect Dark Zero. Richard's
Perfect
favorite.
Dark Zero fun. You forgot the subtitle. Zero fun.
I literally,
Zero
I think I
fun.
fired it up one time and played it. It's like a looks like a PS2 game. And the models on there are really
I
bad.
bought a game system to play that game, and it's was disappointed.
I love Perfect Dark, but I was never dumb enough to buy a gaming system for Perfect Dark.
Ooh, I wanted me some Perfect Dark Zero bad. I bought other games.
No
I bought
offense,
other
but-
games. I didn't buy it for Perfect Dark, but that was a huge motivator.
I was that lame-o. I don't think I bought a 360 until Lost Odyssey came out. That was it for me.
It's a good timetable. I sold mine right after launch and didn't get another one for a while. I think it was Gears 2 when I jumped on mine. Might have been the first. No, I launched the first Gears. Anyways, let's go into games played and get the hell out of here. It's Sunday night. I've played some Halo. I played with you guys last week.
Yeah.
You sound like a Howie Mandel segment or something like that. I played some Halo.
I mean, as you guys know, it's kind of my go-to game, and if I have free time, it's just kind of how it works out. I did a lot of organizing the past week, so that was probably the main bit of my... Did I talk about the modded Xbox I got in? Swapping the...
Not on
I
here.
gotta swap the...
Yeah.
I did talk about it last week.
Halo last time.
Yeah,
Modded
I've got a busted... The DVD drive on it is bad, so the mod chip is fine. The hard drive seems to be okay. It's a So if you soft mod an Xbox, you have to back up the key on the hard disk and then flash it to the new one, right? If you hard mod it, which is a mod chip, I'm not playing Alex Kidd on anything. Then
PS5.
then you can pop any hard drive in there. So there's a 160 gig hard drive on this Xbox, and you can play games off of it fine, and it boots fine. The disk drive is non-functional, and I replaced the belt because the drive didn't come out at all, and I replaced the belt in it, got that working, and it will do enough because it was shaking and rattling and shit, right? And I didn't want to put one of my good games in there, so I put Madden 07 in there, and it recognizes it. You see it in that dashboard, that custom dashboard. It says Madden 07, and then it doesn't actually play the game. So I've got another 1.6 Xbox that is doesn't even power on. So I may strip that DVD drive and pop it in there and see if I get any luck. In my research, all the DVD ROMs in the Xboxes are swappable across any of them. So it doesn't matter. It just so happens that I have another 1.6 that is the same version of this one, because you don't have to take the clock capacitor out of the 1.6 Xboxes. That's important to know. But I'm kind of tinkering around with that. I haven't messed with it. I need to break out my other donor Xbox and take that drive out of it. But we played some matches Monday, I think it was. We all played. Was that our epic?
Yeah, it was us plus.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Russell
was on there with us. Yeah. We had some good rounds. Was there anything of note? This wasn't our epic comeback. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That might not ever happen again. That was the type of rounds of Halo that keeps you coming back. And then Cesar and I were on last night with the usual group. We didn't play super late. We got the usual modes, had the usual results, had some decent runs, had some bad runs. Brant, did you give up on us on Saturday nights? Is not your jam?
I planned to get on last night, but right around 9:00, we had some heavy thunderstorms come through, and the power started just kind of flickering every now and then. I'm like, okay,
This ain't happening.
no.
You're like, nope.
this probably this ain't the night.
This ain't happening.
Because we were even trying to just sit there and watch stuff on the TV, and the Wi-Fi and everything would cut out and have to restart everything. I'm like, yeah,
It's not
a gaming night.
Not meant to be. I guess most of our free time, we went through Stranger Things. We went through this not final season, but this most recent season of Stranger Things. And as you guys have already mentioned, it is very, very good. That is some very strong TV. A couple of the characters' plights I was kind of over with, just tired of they were either poorly written this season, or I just wasn't really invested in them anyways. But everything by the end of it all kind of added up. And there was, of course, we talked about me being on a Metallica kick a couple of months ago. There's a Metallica scene. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but it's so fucking, good. And he learned the chords, he learned the right stuff to play. It was pretty cool. And then I've started reading. There's another Netflix show called Sandman, and I've always heard about this franchise. When when I worked at I would moonlight at an EB Games that is kind of centrally located to us, and the assistant manager there adored this franchise. And it was like she would find a segue into Sandman whenever anybody brought up anything halfway related to it. She was pretty cool. I learned a lot from her about all types of other media. I think gaming was like a smaller division of her interest, and there were like she was an art student, so there was like other arts things that had brought her into the gaming segment of it. So she was always fun to work with. She had some different influences, you know. But I started reading they've got the graphic novel omnibus things. Not an omnibus. There is an omnibus, but it's very expensive. They're like collections of 15 to 20 issues or something like that. And I want to read some of that because the missus and I watched the trailer for that show and seemed like something we'd be interested in. So I started.
From what I hear, that the adaptation's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be really, really good. I've heard a lot about it.
So I just started reading that. I had to learn. Cesar got me hooked on manga 15 years ago, I guess. So I had to like relearn the right way to do a graphic novel, going back.
Right.
Yeah, basically, but just like the flow is different because I want to read it backwards. You know, I want to go that to me is like the right. I've read so many of those that way. It's jarring to switch back over. And friend of the show, I won't name him, was making fun of me and telling me I had a manga brain and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, this is how I'm wired. It's different, man. I had to.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I looked up a guide. I was like, how to read a graphic novel. I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing.
Did you have to wiki how to it?
Now Brant's making fun of me.
I'm sorry.
It's been years, man. I can't tell you.
I've read both.
I've read both. So I didn't grow up with comic books. I didn't read comic books like that, despite my dad being this big.
I didn't read a lot of
person.
comic books.
But manga was like my deep dive into these characters and worlds and stories and that kind of thing. And so it's like the bubbles and the flow and all that kind of stuff's totally different. This is what it looks like when the character's thinking something. This is what it looks like. And I'm intuitive. I figure out certain things. But I just wanted to, like, I've got this commitment. I bought the first 2 volumes. Like, I want to get the most out of this. I want to make sure I'm doing it the right way. Manga brain. Thanks, Brant. You just reconfirmed. Friend of the show, Robbie, for criticizing me.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Manga brain. He's a big comic book guy, and I don't know that manga is something. I'm sure because he likes anime too. I don't know. He was making fun of me. It was funny. It was over a chat thread. I didn't take it personally. I was laughing. But those are my games played this week. I don't think I played anything else. Cesar, bring us home. Until Brant brings us home.
And cut out Brant altogether.
He's next.
Brant is he's off-site. Boys and goal.
Off-site Brant.
Off-site Brant. Pause the photo.
Is Yoshi's story on that? Switch Online?
I believe so.
The 2-hour Yoshi story?
Yeah.
No. I've been busy with work, so I haven't really played that much this week. So I think I started replaying Xenoblade Chronicles 1 because I don't remember everything that happened to it before I started going to number 3 again.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a new game. I was gonna watch the event theater and just watch the cutscenes.
Roger Ebert's,
I beat the shit
Roger
already.
Ebert's favorite film.
Yeah, 4K, 60 frames.
No commentary.
No commentary. Yep. From was it Stone Z Gamer?
69 420.
And I said fuck it because I haven't played a game like where I just did new game plus in a long time. And so I just started a new game, and I've been blowing through it. So it's like I guess it's like me watching all the cutscenes with just more running. I'm literally just taking out the weapons and killing people instantly, and that's funny to me. So because you start off with like the ultimate weapon already equipped.
So you're overpowered throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm level 99, so I'm literally, it's like I haven't done shit like that since like Final Fantasy 7, where I just literally just open up a battle and it's instantly killing people and just running through it, and it's funny to me.
Yeah.
So whenever that runs out of charm, I'll go back to the event theater and just go watch the rest of the cutscenes, and right now it's still funny to me. It's still in the beginning, so. After a while, it's gonna get boring and I don't feel like doing this. Yeah, I'm going through that, so because I never beat 2. I think I got halfway through 2, so I got to go through 2 and go through 3 and all that because they all interconnect pretty well. from what everybody's saying. Outside of that, I've been playing more Yutakiru, which I talked about last time.
You did.
And I finished up that segment with Sengoku and Lina. And that whole bit was what I thought it was going to be, where, she was affected. She was the survivor of that apartment fire. So, and you have to she has a choice to kill you or pardon you. And so it's like, you have to present evidence, kind of like Phoenix Wright, and kind of break their logic. And he's under the impression he's been framed, and he's going to try to prove it to her. And then that's the end of the first chapter. So it's there's 5 prisoners in there. So the next set was a set of twins, Raida and Fuda. And there's a girl named Kagura, who's what they call it's not the Fuda and Raida are the prisoners, and Kagura is I forgot what it was going to be. It's the warden or whatever for that group. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think that's a word they used up on there. So they all kind of follow the same element, where she came in there and she didn't care, but then you find out that these twins are supposedly been framed for murdering her grandparents. And so as you go through the evidence, you'll find out that they're both left-handed, and there's stuff in there that connects them. They found their DNA at the scene, and they're it's weird. And the guy's I was riding around in the mountains. I was I don't know how they found my DNA there. It's a lot of mystery in there. And it goes up into the next one with Gentok, and then Azane, and then they're the same way. They came from a family that used to be drug dealers, and they played hide and seek, and he doesn't remember who he is, and they're apparently cousins. And so she blames him for murdering all their family, because I think they ended up they played hide and seek, and they made it look like they were being kidnapped. And so the brothers ended up killing each other because they thought it was each other.
Hide and seek's always fun till you end up killing each other.
Yeah. And so he gets adopted by a wealthy guy who's running this whole Yurakuta corporation, is running this whole game thing. And he lived a cush life, and he forgot everything. He lost his memory. And she had to live with the shame of having a drug dealer's last name and being treated like shit throughout her whole life because nobody trusted her. So she's trying to get her revenge. All of these people have something interconnecting with these other people that have been put together. The last one I was just playing before we started on here was Hanaka, which is a pop idol star, and Keiichi, which is her #1 fan. And so somebody had broken into her apartment, was a stalker, and he went after him and tried to help her. And she ended up killing the stalker and then ended up stabbing him. And so he was under the impression that he killed the stalker and the stalker stabbed him. But then they showed the video from the apartment she was the one that actually did it. And so now he doesn't know what to believe, because he thought he thought she was innocent the whole time. So now she's trying to convince him not to kill her. So they have these little, like I said last time, they have these collars that just stab you with poison and kill you. And so and you don't know her whole story, because it was weird. Because normally you take the view of the prisoner. This one was different. You took the view of the warden on this one, and it like I said, it's all of it's been pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm going through that part now. I haven't got to the part where they all meet up, because it's they've done their own little side stories where these amusement parks recreate the crime scenes and kind of go through it. And he learned the truth now that she purposely stabbed him, and he's sitting there what the fuck? He was under the impression that she was trying to save him and stuff like that.
That's got to be jarring.
Yeah. Somehow her apartment was rigged where they recorded it, and then he played the video, and he's like, "This is not how it happened. You told me it was going to happen, how it happened." So, but yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I'm only halfway through the game, so it's probably I think another 3 chapters to go through until they kind of tie everything together. I'm not sure what the fuck's going on with Kobayashi and Alan Poe, Akechi, which I guess is the detective people that got there they call them the Peeping Toms or something like that. They just been running around doing bullshit. They haven't done anything.
The detectives are the Peeping Toms?
Apparently, I don't know their full story, man. They're just fucking around. I have literally no idea. So
what all is this?
It's
what all is this available on again?
I think this is on PS4, PS5, Switch, and maybe Xbox.
No PC.
PC,
okay.
yes.
So
yeah,
everything.
It's on Steam. Not on Xbox. Everything but Xbox. Okay. Yeah.
Not you, Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox
yeah. So
better.
far so good, man. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. So, all right. That's it for me this week. I'll give it out to Brant.
Brant, bring us home.
Got to answer for Richard's question.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, like, we just got Wave Race. It's a big, it's huge fanfare. Everybody's talking about it. I feel like the next one's a clunker somehow. Like a Pokemon Puzzle League or Disney's Magical Bakery. The Pokemon Puzzle League's not bad though. It's not the definition of a clunker.
Yeah, it's just kind of an odd title, but it is actually pretty good puzzle
Blast
game.
Core. Space Station Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
Space Station Silicon Valley's been lost to time and space.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
You know what I was thinking about? Sorry, Brant. This is
You're good.
last tangent. It has been 14 years since we last got a console Army Men game. We are due with all this shit going on.
3DO.
We are due for an Army Men
Made by the 3DO
revival.
company.
Russell and I used to have a good time with the 64 ones. We loved those games.
We'll just wait for the Embracer company to buy 3DO, and then you'll get your Army Man game.
Yeah.
And they
Can
better
we buy
make a
3DO?
3DO mini.
A 3DO mini. Oh my god. Here we go. You completed the tangent, Brant.
We download the ROMs on the internet and just burn them on disk and put them on there too.
Brant's like, I'm going to bring this train to a full halt so I can get to my games played. 3DO mini.
3DO mini, and it better not have two controller ports on it. You have to still daisy chain.
You link them together.
That has a USB at the front.
You link them together. Or 9-pin or whatever that was.
If you start beating the player one, they can, in a fit of rage, unplug your controller. Yeah.
That was a novel idea though, because only one person had to be connected to the console. It wasn't an awful idea.
No, and you didn't have to buy a multi-tap or anything like that, but
daisy chain.
It was still weird. It was still really freaking weird. It was
definitely weird. Nobody did it before, nobody's done it since.
No. Well, aside from some Halo with y'all, I haven't really gotten to play much. I've kind of been on my weirdo bullshit over here.
What is your weirdo bullshit?
So back in the day, I used to be a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
Finish Richard Quest 64. That's the game. Let's go.
Yeah,
Quest 64.
That's the right type of. It won't be a deep cut like a Goemon or a big title like a Perfect Dark. It'll be
Aiden Chronicles.
Quest 64 or Aiden Chronicles. Yep. Might get both. 2 this month. They'll sneak it. They'll preview it too. Like, you're getting 2 world-class RPGs this month. That's what it'll be. So what does your Yu-Gi-Oh bullshit consist of, Brant?
So, I mean, recently, like I still have all my old cards and are still somewhere around in here, in a box somewhere. But recently, Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, actually passed away.
Oh.
Kind of a weird thing. He was found off the coast. He had like gone scuba diving or snorkeling or something, and it was weird. He was like by himself, and I think he wound up getting attacked by some animal or something. So
what?
Yeah, and he was like, I think he was only like 60 something.
That's awful.
So, but
it's like the creator Shin-Chan was the same way. He went on a hike and they found him like falling off a cliff dead.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, especially like you go diving, you're supposed to go with somebody, because you never know. There's all sorts of things that could go wrong.
Yep.
But man was out there doing whatever he loved. But
found dead at sea. It's crazy.
Yeah. Got me like looking and thinking about it again, and so I started looking. I bought a Yu-Gi-Oh game like a couple years ago for Switch, and I freaking hated it. So I started looking at more of the recent stuff, and about a year and a half ago, in Japan, they got a new series, because there's 6 6, 7 arcs of Yu-Gi-Oh or something now. But they got a new series and they called it Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, but it's number 6 in the series, so go figure that.
Sure, that helps.
But it revolves around a new way to play the card game that they call Rush Duels. And I watched like the first couple episodes, and then like I got my family into it and watched it. It's so freaking good, and I went all in. I'm like, because
that's cool.
Apparently they just started translating it over here. We were supposed to get it, I guess, in this sometime in 2020, and because of everything that happened, that kind of got delayed. So they just started putting it into English over here. But a lot of the all the cards are still in Japanese. They have not done any English cards, but they do have a game for Switch.
Oh.
That is, it's physical English, or it's physical Japanese, but there's no physical English. It's only digital. So I wound up buying that. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duels Dawn of the Battle Royale.
Okay.
But it's not, not a Battle
100
Royale.
Yu-Gi-Ohs drop on an island.
But, and, it puts you as this kind of random character. You just name them, and you're kind of dropped into the story. You're dropped into the school where all the other characters go, and you just kind of participate, and which is interesting because we just got to an episode in the show where this character from the game, this like this kind of random character, just shows up in the anime for like 2 seconds. So,
is the game good?
Yeah.
What is your history with Yu-Gi-Oh games? Like, have you played almost all of them?
I've got the one for PS1 over here, which is an awkward game. It's really kind of garbage when it compares to the actual game. I have one of the Game Boy. It was Game Boy or Game Boy Color titles. And then 3 of the Game Boy Advance titles.
I remember those being very popular. We sold a shit ton of those.
The Game Boy Advance ones were very, very good. That whole set I've got, there's like Sacred Cards and Worldwide Edition and all, but all of those were really good. I know they made one for GameCube. I never got. I think they made one for PS2 that I never got, and I know they made one for Xbox.
I have the Xbox one.
Yeah, they were all different versions, and I never really got to play any of those.
Xbox is like Duelist of the Roses or something like that, I think.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds right. There's like a mobile game. There's a couple mobile games now. There's a few different versions, I guess, you can get. I'm trying to remember which one it is I have for Switch.
Honestly, that seems like a Yu-Gi-Oh title seems like a perfect free-to-play, free-to-start mobile type game.
Well, see, now they have that. They have like it's called like Master Duels or something like that, where it's basically free to play, and you can just join in, and
you get a free deck of cards to start off with, like common stuff.
Yeah. But the whole thing with this new series is, back in the original stuff, I probably deleted it because I hated that game so much. I don't have it on my Switch right here. But the character thinks the card game has gotten too rigid and too bogged down by rules, so he makes his own rules. He makes like a brand new way to play it and approach it. And really, if anybody like followed Yu-Gi-Oh when they were kids and like started seeing it change, it just got progressively more and more and more complicated. So this really makes it a whole lot more simple, and to me kind of reignited my intrigue in it.
Brought it back for you.
That feeling I had when I first watched the anime as a kid and played the card game because it was it was new, it was fun, it was pretty simple and everything, and so this was interesting, and I like the game. It's pretty good. The graphics and everything are good. The one thing is because it kind of puts you in like little sandboxes of the area. So you're in this big city, and you can go to the schoolyard or the concert hall or wherever. And sometimes running around, especially in handheld, it seems like the frame rate drops in some places when you first get in there and you're like walking around.
So there's like 3D
elements
elements to it. There's exploration and stuff.
Yeah. But as you're actually like playing the card game, everything's fine. And it'll do special animations, when like special cards are summoned and stuff. Things like your typical, everybody knows Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes, White Dragon.
So,
it's the only thing I know about Yu-Gi-Oh.
But yeah, I've gone crazy. I've ordered a bunch of these cards. They apparently over in Japan, because this whole thing is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens. The main character has a monster that is like sevens. There's a bunch of sevens archetype.
Lucky sevens.
They're sevens magicians. And apparently they did a promotion with 7-Eleven, and there's a bunch of seven. There are 7-Eleven promo
Slurpee cards.
So. So, that's about it.
That's cool that this has come back around for you.
And other than that, I've just been already preparing months in advance for Halloween, because I'm all about some Halloween, and I'm in the process of buying and hand making props and things for the home.
Very cool.
For Halloween.
That season has begun, huh?
Yes, definitely.
All right, is that it for us?
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.
Adios. Adios.
Adios. Adios.